the permanent secretary said I should wait for him. And I waited. From there, we went to his office. Luckily enough, Mr. Gabriel followed us. So we held another meeting in the office of the permanent secretary, myself, Mr. Christopher Gabriel. And categorically, I told the permanent secretary that I would not do anything that would destroy SEC. That I cannot use the allegations against me to destroy an institution that I superintend over. I said it at the meeting. Mr. Gabriel is there. And I said, if we do that, what moral right would SEC have tomorrow to discipline anybody in this market? Those that we have disciplined in the market, they have every right to come back and say, we also want our sanctions to be committed to writing. And I told the PAMSEC that I am ready to leave the job for the interest of protecting the integrity of the regulator.
Can I come in?
And we finished the meeting.
Mr. Gigi,
yeah.
Were you already disciplined or under at that time? Were you already disciplined or under at that time? Okay. I'm following your line of thought. That's why I'm asking that question. So you are not yet disciplined or under. So that argument will not provide.
I will make a reference to the fact that I will not stop the forensic audit. Yes, that the forensic audit would destroy the integrity of SEC because we have already established there's a need to do a forensic audit. And if we say we're not going to do it, particularly giving the directive that the minister gave me, which was to stop the forensic audit and compute penalties for the top management of Owando to pay. You can't do that. So after extensive meeting in the permanent secretary's office, the meeting ended and I left my office. The next day, and I felt I needed to commit what I had discussed with her in writing. So I wrote a letter to the minister highlighting some of these key issues, and I delivered the letter. So being actually my legal, head of legal, delivered the letter to the office of the permanent secretary and also the office of the minister. The next day, it was Wednesday, and so being is a staff of SEC, you can confirm. Luckily enough, that time that the letter was to be delivered, I had an appointment with distinguished Senator Shabala Fiaki in this National Assembly. And I'm not an angel that can be in two places. There's no way I'll be in the ministry and also be in the National Assembly. And distinguished Senator Shabala Fiaki can confirm that I had a meeting with him on that date, around that time. As a DG, I don't need to deliver a letter to the office of the minister, certainly not. By Wednesday, I now got a letter of my suspension. Now, in the last 2 years, SEC has undertaken other investigation, and without any interference from the Ministry of Finance. We did investigation on BGL, like you all know, in which there was a thorough investigation. There was a forensic audit on BGL. We invited them to APC. We sanctioned them by banning the two principal officers from operating in the capital market and withdrawing the license. At no time have we held any meeting with the Ministry of Finance on the BGL issue. The decision of the APC was approved by the Honorable Minister herself.
Was there APC on this?
No, there was no APC. APC is when you have concluded the investigation. Administrative Proceedings Committee, which is an internal. Okay, after investigation. Okay, after investigation, normally SEC now do an Administrative Proceedings Committee where you'll be invited to come and defend yourself, and you are entitled to bring anybody you so wish. So we did that. There was no single interference from the Ministry of Finance on BGL. We also had a case on Oasis Insurance PLC. This is a company that came to the market to raise capital through offer for subscription and rights issue. And they also filed with the Nigerian Stock Exchange. But when we reviewed the application, we realized that they had not submitted a report of the utilization of the previous offer that they had. And we told them that they could not do that. Meanwhile, they had already filed with SEC, and they have already paid the listing fees, which is non-refundable fees. And they even held a meeting with the management of NSC. But the Ministry of Finance wrote to us that Oasis should be refunded their fees. Nigerian Stock Exchange should refund their fees. And we wrote highlighting the implication of that. So we were very uncomfortable with that interference on the Oasis issue.
Thank you.
Within that period, and I'm coming to...
Sorry, so that you do not miss the last part of your... You say you have two areas you want to address.
Yes, I'm coming to that.
Still on one.
I'll be.
You're almost 8 minutes.
Yes,
so.
I'll be. And that's why I'm not even reading.
Yes, thank you.
And
please.
the third one is the partnership that we also investigated. Did an administrative proceeding committee sanction the principal officers by banning them from operating in the market, withdrawing their license. And the minister approved that sanction. There was no single interference from the Ministry of Finance. We also took, sorry?
Who was the minister all this?
Mrs. Kemi Adeosun.
Okay.
I'm giving these instances of the last 2 years when she was a minister. All these things went through her table. And there was no interference on partnership. We also intervened in Ikeja. Ikeja Hotels today is a better company because we changed the management, the board of the management of Ikeja Hotels, and there was no interference. So the question is, why did the ministry intervene in Owando? Why did the ministry intervene in Oasis? Oasis Insurance, the MD of Oasis Insurance is Mr. Aden Rele Tukombo Kehinde, while the MD is Mr. Babatunde Oshadi, Oasis Insurance. And we all know who are behind Oasis, Owando. For BGL, we have Chibundo. For BGL, I'm trying to give you the people behind those companies. Again, these are all the people behind Owando, based on the 5 companies that I said that we investigated. The Alake of Ebaland is the chairman of Owando, and Mr. Adewale Jibrin Tinubu is the managing director of Owando. Yes, Tinubu is the managing director. The principal officers for BGL are Mr. Albert Okumaba and Mr. Chibundu Edosian. For Oasis is Mr. Aden Rele Tukumbo Kehinde as the chairman, while the MD is Mr. Babatunde Oshadi. And for Ikeja Hotels is the Ibru family, while for partnership, the MD is Mr. Victor Ogenwe. And what I'm saying is, out of these 5 companies, the Ministry of Finance intervened in 2, Oasis and Owando, but did not intervene in BGL and partnership and Ikeja Hotels.
Let's make progress.
The last part of my submission is to do with the allegations by the Minister of Finance, Mrs. Kemi Adeosun, on the payment of severance package, my involvement in Outbound, and my involvement in Medusa. The board extract.
Allegations from her?
Yes, the suspension.
Yeah.
She said, I've been suspended. I can read the letter.
Based on allegations. So the allegation is not from her?
Sorry?
Conveyed by her. Not by her.
Yes, conveyed by her. On the payment of severance package, on my involvement in Outbound and Medusa investment. On payment of severance package, the board extract of 2002, 11 years before I joined SEC as a commissioner, clearly states what benefits accrue to the Director General. And it clearly says, if you're a Director General and you spend a minimum of 2 years in your first term and you leave office, these are your benefits. If you're a Director General and you're on your second term and you spend a minimum of 2 years, these are your benefits. And if you're a permanent commissioner and you spend 2 years, these are your benefits. Now, very important thing that I want us to note, on the permanent commissioner, which concerns me, it says that for the permanent commissioner, it says a permanent commissioner who has spent a minimum of 2 years is entitled to the following: 2 years. I was appointed commissioner on the 9th of January 2013. And I was appointed DG of SEC on the 20th of May 2015, which means I spent 2 years and 5 months as commissioner. And the extra says if you have spent a minimum of 2 years. Secondly, I went through the entire gamut of processes for appointment of DG, which even if somebody is